at their convenience. So I titled this video, Why Dogecoin Isn't Just About the Money to Me. Why Dogecoin isn't just about the money to me. And this is just something that's been on my heart, been on my mind, that I just felt that I just wanted to express, that's all. So what first initially attracted me to Dogecoin was its movement, its quirkiness, its seemingly good nature vibe around it. And of course, the potential for big time payout someday. Don't get it twisted. I'm not disputing that that's not a key factor in investing in Dogecoin and being very Doge centric and being very bullish about Doge and being one of the most pro Doge streamers on the internet. Okay. So make no mistake about it. See a few people popping in chat now. Good morning to you. Good evening, good morning, whatever. So Dogecoin is a very unique, it's a very fantastic thing in terms of what separates it from all other cryptocurrencies on the market, and what it offers. And what I mean by that is the community, the outreach, and when Dogecoin first came on the scene, its founders, another thing I liked about them, the founders really made sure to do goods and do some good deeds, whether it's funding the Jamaican bobsled team or some other altruistic ventures, might you say. And another thing I like about Doge is I really like this Billy Marcus guy, because the more I've heard him talk and come out in the open and start to do interviews and mix it up with people after his seemingly hesitance to do so until recently, I found I just get the vibe that he's just an incredibly good-natured guy, and he doesn't take himself too seriously, but just seriously enough, you know. And I feel like he really gets it now. He really gets what's going on, and I think this is something that you don't see terribly often when you're looking at creators or CEOs of particular coins. I don't get that reading and that vibe that often. So I think Billy Marcus is a fantastic guy. And furthermore, I gotta say that this community has been really exemplary. And I tweeted something out that I've been going through some health struggles lately, and just the outpouring of support over that from anyone, to Billy Marcus, to my man Matt Wallace, to Lil Doge, to Samantha Fox, to just several other people, and so many more people. I can't even list them all. Anyway, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Dogecoin Worldwide. Good morning, Squaremans. Good morning, Squaremans. Appreciate the well wishes, guys. Appreciate the well wishes. So, and another thing about it, I've always kind of had a soft spot in my heart towards underdogs. No pun intended. So that is always something that's kind of appealed to me, and I see this this Doge thing as a very uncommon thing, and it's a very unconventional way of going about creating a successful currency that many people have laughed at, right? And they're laughing less every day, but that's also very appealing to me. It's rebellious but good-natured at the same time, you know. rebellious but good-natured. I guess that's how I would describe Doge. And so I gotta say, the community surrounding Doge is very, it's a very unique thing. I don't see it in any other crypto spheres. People are about making the money, and I think that's good, and I think that's great. But they're not only about making the money, which is even better. It's so much better, guys. And I just feel like overall, a lot of people in this in the Doge community, they genuinely care about people, man. They genuinely care about what Doge stands for, and it's the people's coin at this point, guys. It's the people's coin. It's working people's potential ticket to financial freedom through decentralization. And it's very accessible too, much more accessible than Bitcoin and everything else. And I've seen it time and time again. I really feel like Doge, it has a tendency to bring out the better aspects in people, not focusing on the less than better aspects in people, as so much of what the internet usually does, right? And so it's just really cool and really unique that way. And so I just think it's fantastic, guys. I think it's fantastic. And also, I don't think we could have a better proponent for the Doge than Elon Musk. You know, he's the man with connections. Obviously, he's the most powerful man in the world. He toggles between being the richest or second richest man in the world, depending on how Tesla's doing and how Amazon's doing, right? So, despite him being the second or first richest man in the world, he's also just a super good-natured guy, and a guy that likes to shake things up. He likes to throw curveballs at convention, and he likes just to have fun. This community likes to have fun, and like I've said before, Dogecoin, it is a joke, you guys. It is a joke. And when I hear detractors from Doge and critics of Doge tell me, oh, that coin is a joke, and I'm like, you're right, it's totally a joke, and the future is a joke. So strap in and get ready, because we are going to the moon. Not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, guys. So things are aligning for Doge. And I've seen this movement give people a lot of hope in very unique ways, in ways that they need it, man. In ways that they need it. It kind of becomes like this symbolic thing, right? It becomes like this symbolic idea where people add their own personalities to it, or people kind of like take on Doge, and then they filter it through what their strengths or interests are, and then they express their strengths and interests through the coin, which is a really interesting thing to see. It's a really, really interesting thing to see, and not something I've ever seen before in a cryptocurrency. I've been dabbling in cryptocurrency for about, I'd say about 6 years now. About 6 years, but I've only been really serious about it in the past 2 years. So that's really interesting. I would say the closest parallel that I've seen, that I would say what's going on with Doge, what it reminds me of, is kind of like something like Star Wars, right? Where it's like this rabid phenomenon that is not going away, and it's generational. And I do see Doge checking all the markers for turning into something like that. And what do people do with Star Wars? Big Star Wars fans, they end up just kind of expressing Star Wars through their own personalities, and people end up making things that are like Star Wars orientated, according to what their skill sets are. And you're seeing that in Doge like all the time. It's just a very interesting thing. It's a very interesting thing. Good evening, Jason Huffman. Got a mod in here. Thank you. Good evening, Jeremy Hauser, Brian Holman, Dogecoin Worldwide, of course. Jonathan Marino. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So yeah. I don't know if I really have anything more to add to that than that, but other than Dogecoin, for me, it was never only about the money. That's not why I ever got into it in the first place. I'm not saying that wasn't a key component to it, because of course it is. If you're putting up your hard-earned money and you're investing it into the coin, of course, like, you are hoping to get some serious margins, right? Of course, we all want that. We all want that. And I do think there's a pretty decent probability we will have that eventually. But that wasn't the whole package for me. It never was the whole package for me. And I have a sneaking suspicion that many other people feel that way as well.